In this video, we're going to continue our discussion of Chapter 13, Queuing Systems, by looking at a second alternative that the Fast Shop Market or retail outlet could implement. So in the first alternative was we had a new employee hired to work with a single server, the cashier. The second alternative is we are going to create an additional serving system. So instead of just being a single server, we're going to introduce a second server in this system here. Let's go into Excel. So alternative 2 is going to, let's just copy this stuff down here and make our changes as we go along. The system is that we now have 2 checkout counters. So customers can go with checkout A or checkout B, and we're going to assume that they kind of go in, they create a system or an order to do that. That it's random. It's just going to be whatever one's free. They're going to choose. So basically, customers can still be. We're going back to the original in terms of the service rate, but basically, they can arrive at the checkout twice as fast because there's 2 of them. So this is going to change to 12, and we can look at the difference here. The difference is now the customers, this value here, they're waiting 1.33 minutes, or 1 1/3 minutes. So that's 60 seconds, 20 seconds. So that's 80 seconds instead of 8 minutes. So there's an overall savings here. We're going to look at the same savings in terms of decreased lost sales of $75 a minute, but let's figure out our total savings in time. So 8 minus 1.33 gives us 6.67 minutes of savings. It still has this benefit, $75. The cost for this new cashier, perhaps cashiers are more expensive, it's going to cost the new workers $200 per week. And we can multiply 75 times this to give us that we are saving. Overall savings in terms of decreased lost sales is $500. So this is saving us $300 per week. However, one thing to consider is that we have renovated our business. We have added a new checkout counter. So there is a total cost of $6,000 to do so. Which one is more viable? We know that the original one does not look good. We're losing lots of customers. There's lost sales because waiting 8 minutes is probably significant for a grocery store, for this retail outlet here. So the cost, the setup cost of $6,000. Well, if we take a look at this, say $6,000 divided by $300 per week, basically, that's not a amount. This is basically 20 weeks to recover initial setup cost. It'll take us 20 weeks to recover that $6,000. After the 20 weeks, we are now saving $300 per week, which is, what's the difference of just around $19. $18.75 more than we were saving by alternative 1. So alternative 2 has some time needed to recover that initial setup cost, but it does allow us eventually to save more money than alternative 1. There's going to be a significant decrease in lost sales, sales that we never had. We're going to recover some of that. Our new employee, our new cashier costing us a bit more, but it still works out to be more savings per week than alternative 1. So that is our discussion of queuing systems for Chapter 13.